Hi, all. This is Dr. J streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was not so great. Not so great at all. It was like 40 degrees, rainy, icky day. Well, what I do today? I started out early, went to the gym, left the house about 9, met my wife for lunch instead of friends for a change. That's not a bad thing, is it? So we had some lunch. I met her right from the gym. And then what we do? Oh, yeah, we had an exciting afternoon sitting in the Social Security Medicare offices. She had to go to sign up for Social Security. I had to go to straighten out a Medicare problem because they couldn't figure out that they were primary. And the doctors, I got about 5 doctors that are harassing me. They want money. I told them, you got enough money. You make plenty of money. Leave me alone. I will straighten it out. You want to come to me? You got to pay me. Pay me cash. Well, maybe I don't want to come to them if that's their attitude. I don't ask for any money for anything. Do I ask anybody for money? No. I wouldn't do that. But I guess doctors, it's their living. Nevertheless, there can be a little patient while this little problem with bureaucracy is straightened out. Well, I called them up 2-3 weeks ago, and they told me 10 calendar days, tell them to resubmit. So 10 calendar days went by, and it was supposed to be fixed. So I told them resubmit. They resubmitted and bounced again. So I called them up again, and they said 10 more calendar days. Well, I figured I better go down there and talk to the supervisor of the Social Security Medicare office. So I waited around for hours to talk to the supervisor, and she assured me that it would be taken care of. Then I didn't trust her, so I called my previous primary and told them the problem, and they are going to call Medicare and straighten it all out. They gave me a guarantee. I better not be complaining about this 10 more days from now. I can complain about biotech. Can you say biotech is hot? Can you say Dr. J is just as hot? I gave you 6 biotech stocks on, when was it? Sunday night? I said they're going to be hot this week. Maybe that was my swing trade Sunday night. When did I do the biotech? Saturday night. I was close. And out of that 6, I gave you CVM, which is flying. I gave you, well, not that I gave you. I don't want to use that terminology. I told you that Dr. J would be continuing to add to his CVM position, and it looked like not only a good swing trade, but a good trade in general, long-term, short-term, et cetera, et cetera. And I had a special report on CVM just yesterday where I said, I think it could go to $7. And then I have a dilemma. Do I sell some? And I said to myself and to you out loud that I would, because of the time, not too long ago, when I had a big profit on Geron, I let it all evaporate. Plus, I don't want to do that again. I know every situation is different, and maybe the risk reward is better in this case than it was with Geron. But once bitten, you feel a little, shell shock. Is that the right now? You feel a little like you got to be a little more cautious. Got to protect your profits. So I will take a little off the table. It's almost 7 now. I mean, it's flying. It goes up every day. It's in the top 10 gainers every day. Well, that was one of them that I liked, and identified 5 others that are all doing phenomenal, except one of the, I think one of them may not be, but the others are doing phenomenal. Tandem is doing phenomenal, not as phenomenal as CVM, but it bounced back from $59 to $63. Not bad. Dr. J bought it Monday. Dr. J bought, I don't remember. I bought it 2 days in a row. I think I told you each time I bought it. I bought more Voyager. That's gone up. Came down in pennies today. I think Voyager is going to resume its uptrend very shortly. So I'm excited about that one. I'm excited about my tandem, which I keep adding a little bit at a time to until I get a lot. So a good feeling as long as it keeps going up. And I think it will. I will take some profits at 70, as I said in that video vlog. I said I would take some profits. Remember, Dr. J wants to be a little more conservative. As my hair gets grayer and grayer and grayer, I got to be more and more conservative. Now, some of you youngsters who don't have any gray hair, not even in the temple, and that don't dye your hair, that doesn't count. Those youngsters that are watching my vlog, you don't have to be as careful as me. You can be greedier. Dr. J's greedy days are over. I'm into preservation of capital. I'm into making a living, eking out my 10 to 12% a year. I'm not unhappy. If it's 20%, that's great, but it doesn't have to be. All right, it doesn't even have to be 10%. I could get by with much less than that, but I don't want to see negative numbers. So to that extent, I have to be careful. Okay, plus that big hit I took from on Geron, I'm still recouping that. Ooh, that was nasty. Geron is fortunately one of the hot biotechs right now. So what I've got left in it, at least I'm getting some money back on that. My year-to-date return is so far not good. As you can tell, I've been giving you one winner after another winner after another one. They're all trades that, pretty much all trades that I'm making. So every time you're making, I'm making. True, I don't go into every single stock that I talk about, but I've been going into a lot of them. Right now, I'm sweating out EVRI, which isn't doing as well as I like. It's the only swing trade position that I've had in the last 2 weeks where I'm underwater. I'm not underwater by that much, but I think it's every closed at something like 10.18. I bought at 10.25. So I'm not that I'm getting killed, but I'm spoiled. I'm used to just playing a swing trade and hitting it within days like I do with Facebook. Facebook, we were in and out in less than a week, less than 5 trading days. And that was for 10 points. I got in at 167 and change, or 167, I don't remember exactly. Out at 177 and change. Who can complain, right? I could have been greedier, but I was a little sorry why I didn't grab 176 when it went down to 174. So when it came back to 177 and a half, I said, I got my 10 points, goodbye. ELF, I could have been greedier, and I cashed in my position at, I think it was 10.55, 11.55 I cashed in. I bought at 10.55. I averaged in. I bought twice. I don't remember, 10.50, 10.60, something like that. So I made my 10%, 8%, whatever it was. And it happened so quick, I figured the heck with it. I'm not going to be greedy. It's a little bit above 10.55 now, not much. That's not a biotech. It's one of the few, Facebook and Alpha, the 2 non-biotechs, and teum is the other one that I've cashed in on lately in swing trades. Evri is not a biotech either. It's a gaming technology company. Caters to the Indian casinos. But mainly I'm in biotechs, you know that. I'm in Athesis, which is giving me ulcers, not really, but it's not making me happy. I don't like to see a large portion of my monies being tied up in something that's going nowhere for so long. I think in a year from now, if I have the wherewithal to stay with it, I'm going to be very wealthy and very happy. But it's trying on my nerves because I'm losing opportunity to be in more lucrative, more Momo type stuff than Athesis. Athesis, I think, could be one of the first big blockbuster stem cell drugs with its multi-stem. It's funny, CVM has multi-kine, multi-kine, and Athesis, ATHX, has multi-stem. I'm getting multi-everything. I'm getting multiplexed. I'm getting multi-tasked. I'm getting all mixed up between multi-stem, multi-kine, and multi-anything else. As long as they go up, I don't care. I'm supposed to be going through the list of big movers today. That's the purpose of my recap. But instead, I'm just BSing. I guess I like to BS, and I hope you like my BS because that's what I'm all about, a lot of BS. No, I have a lot of facts. I have a lot of charts. I'm just not going to show you too many tonight. I'm going to show you some later or tomorrow, but I'm not going to show you more than just maybe the Dow and CVM tonight. Is that going to satisfy you? All right, Dow Jones Industrial Average up 40 points. By the way, do your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly my own. Do not constitute investment advice. Please subscribe to the vlog. Tell your friends about me. Share the link. Write comments and give me a thumbs up, please. Please. If you like me, I like you. I like everybody. There isn't anybody that I don't like. There are even people who almost say not so nice things about me. I like them too. I like everybody. It's freedom of expression. You don't like the fact that I got some too much gray hair and you want to say it? I don't care. I've been called worse things than an old fogey or an old windbag, as one person's called me that. I am a little bit of a windbag. I wouldn't be doing a vlog if I didn't want to ham it up a little bit, right? I do a podcast or I do a blog. Do they still blog? I don't know. I don't read blogs. I like YouTube vlogs. That's why I'm doing it, because if I like it, I figure maybe you like it. The Dow Jones Industrial up 40 points, 26,424.99. Apple, so as Apple and Amazon go, what I say, so goes the market. Apple up $1.31, 0.67% to 197. Key level has been broken at 195. I like that for the market. Not that I'm into Apple. I sold my Apple at what? If you follow me, you know when I sold it. Yeah, disappointing, 172. I disappointed you. I know that. I should have held it. But if I held it, maybe I wouldn't have bought other stuff that I made more money on. You ever think of that? I did. ACRX up 2.46%, 22 cents to 917. A lot of viewers own ACRX, Accelerex Pharmaceuticals. I did know what the therapeutics were, but I forgot. I know it's promising. I've never owned it, but I've been tempted a few times. Advaxis continuing its decline after dilution at $4. It's $3.85 now, down 5% more, 21 pennies. It did that reverse split nonsense just so it could dilute. Ooh, nasty cycle. Just to raise 2.5 measly million. How long is that going to keep it afloat? Really sad case. I ran that up to $30 a share, took minimal profits instead of a lot of profits. Who is calling me? You know what it says? It says no caller ID. Should we have a vote on this? Do I answer a no caller ID on my cell phone? I don't think so. Decline. Watch, it was that guy that gives away $1 million, Ralph Bellamy's grandson, who's now doing that. You know, Ralph, was it Ralph Bellamy that had the Millionaire Show? You old timers out there, was it Ralph Bellamy? I don't know if it was him, somebody else. I'm confusing Ralph Bellamy with somebody else. Vince somebody, maybe? Remember the guy who gave away $1 million? You don't remember that show? You have to have a lot of gray hair to remember that show. It's from the 50s. I don't remember what it was called. The guy wrote a check for $1 million. He was a benevolent guy. And this guy would surprise somebody with $1 million. Something like that. AMD actually flat today. The unknown person gave me a voicemail. That's not terrible. I will listen later. AMD, 87 pennies, up 0.81%. Basically flat on the day after collapsing from $1.25. Not collapsing, but slowly declining. I think the descent has accelerated. A couple of you asked me to chart it. I said, you know, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. And the hemo purifier is one, it falls into that category of too good to be true. AFMD, you know, I'm not going to read all of these. It's basically flat on the day, or just about everything. I'm going to skip to some bigger moves. Arrowhead, ARWR, one of my favorites. RNAi drug up 3%. Actinium down 2.5%. Ooh, I still got a lot of that. That's nasty. ATHX up down 2 pennies, 1.32%. That means a lot of money to me. I don't like that. It's depressing me no end. It's also suppressing my portfolio to a large extent from its normal ascent. Still doing all right, but why do I need a drag like that? I'm trying to talk myself into unloading a small portion of it at least. All right, there's a good mover. Antares Pharmaceutical up 5% to $3. I don't know that that's such a big number for Antares. I think they're the EpiPen maker, generic EpiPen. Vygr, 96 pennies, 97 pennies. Dr. J owns a Vygr from about 92 pennies. I'm getting rich. 3.48% today. Here's one that's up 21%. I never heard of this company, Cellside. Did you ever hear of Cellside? That's CVM. Nobody ever calls it Cellside. 21% on top of 20%, on top of 10%. If you don't own it, I feel bad for you because you missed a big run. Dr. J's been talking CVM every day for 2 months, maybe 3 months, maybe 4 months. You got to go back a ways to check how long I've been talking. I've been in and out of it a couple of times as well, taking my profits, waiting for it to pull back, going back in. I'm not playing that game now because I'm scared it'll just take off. And why would I sell any yet? $7 target. I think it's tomorrow, maybe $7. How much do I take off the table? 20%, 25%? I don't know. What else? Cytokinetics up 3%. Good to see that. Dr. J owns a lot of that. 865 up 26 pennies. That's a big one for Dr. J. Delphi, good call for Chris. I think it's Chris. Chris, was it you who told me you spotted Delphi based on my tutorial 3 on charting? I think so, right? Good pick, Chris. Denali keeps going up 4.43%, $27. That's annoying me. I could have had all I wanted at 18. I told you all guys about it at 18, that Dr. J didn't act on it. You know, I guess I can't buy everything, right? Denali and Voyager, I call them sister companies. They're both doing work on Parkinson's drugs, both doing gene modification. Different genes, by the way. Editas, another gene editing company, up every day, 3%, 4%, 27.48, up 81 cents. Elf up 3% to 11.87. I sold it at 11.55. I gave it away. Hey, Brooklyn, you told me you didn't like Elf. At 10.50, you told me you didn't like it. You sold it. So you're not perfect either, Elf. I'm in Brooklyn. Nobody's perfect, but you're doing okay. You're making money. You're putting quarters in your piggy bank. That's all that matters. Keep up the good work. You can't be in every winner. It's impossible, even for Brooklyn. Brooklyn knows who I'm talking about. Because I call her Brooklyn instead of Vixen or whatever she calls herself. What do you call yourself? Vixen? Brooklyn's better. Evri, EVRI, I'm underwater 7 pennies, 10.18. I'll live with it for now, but I'm not going to let it slide too low because there's other things I could be in that go up 20% every day. I'm not going to mention Finger Motion. It's a day trading stock. I don't like them. Geron up another 3% to $1.82 up a nickel. I'm liking the action on Geron. I'm not going to mention JAGX because I think that's another penny day trading stock. Mankind, nice move, 2.29% up 4 pennies to $1.79. It should be trading over $2 a share. That is, I think, on discount. I don't own any, but I'm thinking seriously of going into it. But I don't, you know, it's a question of how to allocate your funds in the best way possible. I just don't know that it has enough Momo for me to go, if you know what I mean. I do like it. NAVB down 3.31% to 14 pennies. I mentioned this one because I mentioned the other day keeping an eye on it, along with PPRO. Now, the other one, PPRO, was up nicely today. I'll talk about it when I get to it. NEO, up a penny. What else? Phase Bio bounced back up 3%. It got killed the other day, up 36 pennies to 10.73. Finally, a down date for Planet 13, the Las Vegas pot dispenser, down a fraction of a penny to 2.19. What a run. It was like 118 or about a week ago or something. What a crazy run. Maybe it wasn't 118, it was 128, whatever it was. Plug Power continues to inch up 263. I'm upset about that one. I've been watching that for so long, tempted to go in. Dr. J, you can't be in all of them. That's what I tell my viewers. You can't be in all of them. PowerTech up 5% today to 628. The RUT up a full percent. The S&P up only 0.5%. The NASDAQ only up 0.5%. The Dow essentially flat. The big winner of the day, the ETF called IBB, up 1.7%. And that would make Brooklyn's, what is it called, BBI? The 2 times that would probably be up about 3%. I don't like those double, triple, whatever. Better off just with the single. Bet it, invest it using margin is better than those doubles. I don't like the doubles. Doubles, triples, you can keep them. Snap up 5%, snapping all the way up to 11.84. Oh, THC Therapeutics, 32% better than CVM. Ran to 17 bucks at $4.20. I have no idea what they do. JD gave it to me. JD is very sharp. He catches all these big movers. I don't know. He has an affinity. Maybe there's a secret that he's keeping from me, how he gets them. But he was nice enough to share this with me after it went up 4 points. JD, let me know when it's, before it goes up to 4 points. Tilray, maybe he did. I noticed it an hour later, so I really don't know when he shared it with me, what the price was. Tilray down 2.5%, 59.54. Painful if you own Tilray, because the other pot stocks are doing much better. I got rid of my Tilray. Thank goodness I got rid of my Tilray. With a profit. Tandem, 1.52% up another buck to 63.32. I'm happy the beast is beginning to roar again. I said I would take some profits at 70, let the rest ride to 100. Torch, I'm not going to talk about miners. I think they're oil well, whatever they're in. Don't like that one. Tesla, up 2.68%, $7.274. VKTX, I've been asked by several people now to chart it. I will do so. It is up again. It's on a tear. It's running. It ran from about $6 to 10.63, up 31 pennies today. Voyager down a penny, $20.83. I bought more, not today, yesterday. I told you that. I think I paid $20.40. So I'm, not upset. Intrexon up 1%. Here's one, 22nd Century. Keep an eye on this one. Dr. J may get back in. $1.88 up 3.3%. Zine, every day it goes up another buck. First a buck meant 22%. Then it meant 18%. Today it meant 13%, up a buck, 8.73. It's probably doubled over the last 3-4 days. JD, another one of your winners. JD gives me a lot of winners. It's JD who gave me Biopath. And that one I made money on. Thank you, JD. JD is a very sharp guy from Dallas. You heard of Dallas, where it's nice and toasty and warm. JD is going to give me the weather report from Dallas. It's going to say 72 degrees and sunny. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm waiting on JD's weather report tonight. Okay, so I went through what I wanted to go through. You want to see a couple of charts, and we'll call it, I don't know if we'll call it a night. We'll call it enough for now. And maybe I'll be back later, if not tomorrow, with more charts. Okay, so we'll just look at the CVM. I think we're just going to look at CVM to admire CVM. What can you say? $7? I say, can you say $7?